Hey there, Mark Davis in the wake of our hot and active Monday, February 25th show. You know, when it comes to this White House, sometimes you know what they're going to do, you know what they are capable of, and yet when they do it, it's still just kind of stunning, proving that even when you're on top, nothing is beneath you. This White House now comes at us with a sequester scare campaign that not only threatens to do things that will hurt Americans so that they can make sure that we recoil at spending cuts. Your meat is going to be tainted. Oh, please don't cut spending. You're going to have teachers starving and dying in the streets. Oh, please don't cut spending. This is something they're talking about in the future. None of it has to happen, by the way. You're telling me that we can't cut the budget two stinking percent without cutting into muscle? You're telling me we don't have 2% waste, fraud, bloat, some kind? I'm not taking it. And here's something else I'm not taking, and neither should you. The Navy apparently asked the Pentagon to delay the deployment of 2 ships bound for the Persian Gulf. The USS Harry S. Truman, an aircraft carrier out of Norfolk, and a guided missile destroyer, the Gettysburg, which is based in Mayport, Florida, just outside Jacksonville. These ships would be on their way to, I don't know, the neighborhood, the world neighborhood that contains the nuclear ambitions of Iran, but they're not. And one of the reasons they said at the Navy, and please, I love the Navy, I love the military, I sense that they too are being used as political pawns, but they are saying one of the reasons they just can't deploy right now is the sequester. Really? Do you know how much more spending on virtually everything is? You know how much more civilian spending is in military budget line items than it was 10 years ago? We're looking for a 2% cut in some things like this, and they can't deploy a carrier. Is there anyone with a brainstem who believes this? You should not. But here's what you should believe. These people will stop at nothing. No matter how much bloat and how much excess and how much obscene spending we have in government, the liberal line will be, oh, we're getting by on the bare minimum right now. If you cut one thing, people's lives are going to be cast onto the rocks. Don't believe it. Don't believe them. Embrace the sequester. It is the only way we're going to get real cuts. So you embrace the sequester and then you make them. You make them come clean about which cuts they have to make and which ones they do not. This does not have to hurt. But you know why it's such a big deal, why the stakes are so high? If they do cut things, if they do take the sequester cuts, and we actually are cutting things 2 or 3% here, ooh, maybe even up to 5% over there, and the Earth does not spin wildly out of orbit, that is kryptonite to the left, because then the jig is up, the dance is over. People will then realize, wow, really? We can cut spending? Yes, we can. We've always been able to. We've only been unwilling. Well, this is going to continue all week long, I guarantee you, mixed in with various other topics of the day. Join me 7 to 10 a.m. Central Time right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.